Today's Wednesday, the 20-something. I cannot remember for the life of me, but we moved, sir. And we are joined today by Afam.
How's it going?
Very well, thank you. Very well, very well. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good.
How was the journey in?
Not bad. I was late. It was not bad. It was cold. Yeah, no, it was cold today.
Yeah. It was good. That's cool. So, as always, this is the Fithub podcast. Use the hashtag TFP on the socials, and we are part of the Voice Nation. So, hello, Bev.
Hi, how are you guys doing?
Great, thanks.
Good. I'm really tired, man. I say this every time I come on the pod that I'm tired, but guys, I'm really tired. I think I went to bed at like 4 a.m. It's only because I've been watching like Dynasty, and that thing has really been dealing with me. So I don't know why that is, to be honest. But hey, I'm all good apart from being tired. I'm actually very, very, very excited for this pod today because we're gonna really open on you.
Okay.
We're really gonna Oprah on you, but no, it should be really, really good. So yeah, tell them a bit of what you do, what it is you're building. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, cool. Long story or short?
The long story.
The longest story or the long story?
We can do the longest story, bro.
Okay, yeah. So the longest story. Okay, so basically, I guess I'll start from maybe 5 years ago. Okay. So about 5 years ago, I really got into my fitness.
Okay.
And as part of me getting into my fitness, a lot of people used to ask me, are you a personal trainer? Are you a personal trainer? Are you a personal trainer? And I'd always say no, right? And about a year after that, I said, okay, why don't I look into doing a personal training qualification to support people? And then one of the things I kind of found out was wanting to think about doing a personal training qualification is that I find it very difficult to work with people, especially when it comes to fitness.
You know what? That is a common theme.
It's too difficult.
Do you care to elaborate, sir?
So what I'm talking about is difficult. Me, when I train hard.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And what I would expect from the person I'm training is to also train hard.
Yeah.
Now, the difficulty that I found with that is even some friends that would see me in the gym and say, okay, can I train with you? I'll say, okay, cool. And then they'll ruin my session because I'm not training hard. Yeah. I'm saying to them, lift this way. Oh no, it's too heavy. Try lift it. They'll do 2 sets or 2 reps even, and it's call it a day. So for me, I said no. Personal training is probably not going to be the one for me. Also, on top of that, I have a full-time job. Right. So as time carried on, more people began to ask me, do personal training, I said, okay, why don't I get paid to refer people to personal trainers instead? Okay. Right? So I spent a little bit of time doing that for free. I started off doing it for free. Friends that would come to me or people in the gym that would come to me and say, I have a friend Sean. I have a friend Kwame. I have a friend Darlington who can help you with personal training. Make it referral. And after a while it was going quite well. I said, okay, I can potentially get paid from this. Okay. Now, in terms of my job, my background is in technology. So I work in banking. Okay. But I'm what they call a CRM Manager. So I work within marketing tools, technology and things like this. That's just one part of the story. When I was about 16 years old, I founded my first company, 511.com, which was we used to sell snapbacks, watches, various different things like accessories, all these various different things. And I guess at that point, at the age of 16, I was able to build a website from scratch. Not code, but to build it from scratch, right? Introduce payment gateways, marketing, get clients. And this is from a very young age. And I just saw it as, this is just something I want to do. So what I wanted to really do is combine technology and my experience to the fitness industry. Okay. Because what I understood is that personal trainers, it's difficult for a client to find a personal trainer. Yeah. But equally, it's difficult for a personal trainer to find clients. Yeah. So this is where I go into the kind of business case, and this is where I kind of go into the use case for the reasons why I built this. So there's two sides. So story number 1 is going to be the story of the client. Story number 2 is going to be the story of the personal trainer. Yeah. Story of the client. And I'm going to use a woman as an example, right? So this lady gets to January. She says, I want to get into great shape, right? She says, okay,
New year, new me.
New year, new me. I want to lose some weight from that I got from Christmas. I'm going on holiday with the girls to Afro Nation or wherever they want to go.
Yeah.
And they want to get lean, they want to trim down, they want to look good, right? So day one, they pay for the gym membership, they walk into the gym. First time they've been to the gym, right? And they look around the gym, they see all the big guys in the free weights area, they see people going to classes, and they see a lot of people doing cardio, and they think to themselves, I don't have a clue. It's
scary stuff, yeah.
This gym is too big, I don't have a clue what I want to do, I don't even know what I want to look like, right? They see all the guys that are big in the free weights area, they say, I don't want to do that because I don't want to get big, right? So the easiest thing for that lady, for example, to do is to go to a running machine.
Yeah.
They go to a running machine for 30 minutes, 45 minutes, and that's the gym session done. Yeah. They sweated a little bit. They just did a quick walk, and it was on Instagram whilst they was walking, and they leave, right? And they do the same thing over and over and over again for 4 weeks, and they see that there's been no change, right? They see that still they're doing cardio, still they're not losing no weight, they're not looking in the body that they want to look into, so they're saying, forget this, right? The benefits of, so one of the things that individual would have got support from is advice. Okay. They would have got some decent advice to say, oh, if you want to look like this body, train like this. I can support you in this way. In the gym, unless you find good people that are going to approach you, the only person that can actually help you with that is a personal trainer. Yeah. Right? Yeah. Personal trainer is there to give you fitness tips. A personal trainer is there to give you encouragement and motivation to keep on and keep on and keep on coming back to get the body of your dreams. Right? But unfortunately, for this individual, she's left the gym. Okay? Let's just say, for example, she didn't leave the gym. Okay? A personal trainer can see this lady. Every single day for the last 4 weeks, she's coming in. She just does Stairmaster and cardio on the rowing machine. So me, I'll come over to you as a personal trainer and say, oh, hi, nice to meet you. My name is Afam, right? I'm a personal trainer. How long have you been going to the gym for? Oh, I've been going for about 3-4 weeks. Okay. I'm asking you more probing questions. I'm trying to get to know you in a little bit more detail. And the part I'm trying to get to is that I want to train you, right? I want to train you and I want to make money, right? So as I'm having these conversations, I said, oh, have you ever had a personal trainer before? Oh, no, I haven't. I've never had a personal trainer before. Would you be interested in? Yeah, sure. Like, the questions are now, what this lady's going to ask is, what's your availability? What kind of specialism? Yeah. Do you have, how much do you cost? Yeah. Right? In London, for example, in Pure Gym, the average cost for a personal trainer in London is £50. Yeah. Right? £50? £50.
An hour session, isn't it? Yeah,
an hour session.
But you know this though, that's the average.
No, I thought it was about 35, 40.
So you see, from me coming from Liverpool, right? I see a session at £50. I'm like, that is mental. Yeah. Right? Because in Liverpool, an average session is like £15-20.
Wow. Okay.
So, which I would still think is expensive, but still, £15-20. So what do you do, right? I'm a lady, and it's not just about being a lady, but I'm a newbie to the gym, right? Yeah, newbie. And in this case, I'm a lady, right? First of all, you've told me that, oh, I can get you that bikini body that you're looking for. Any random guy should say that to me, right? And also at the same time, you've not just told me that your session's £50, which is more than what my monthly gym membership is. Yeah. So what do I say to you? I'll let you know. Yeah. I don't want it, but I'll let you know. Yeah. Right? I'm not going to say to you I don't want it, I'm just going to say, I'll let you know. Okay. Now, the next day I go back into the gym and I see Afam that came over to me yesterday. Okay. And I know that I said to Afam yesterday, oh, I'll let you know. So what am I going to do? I'm going to avoid seeing this guy. I'm just going to avoid him and keep my head low. And a week goes by. Yeah. I see Afam again. Now I'm kind of like, Afam comes over to me. He says, oh, you said you let me know about your sessions. I have to make up the next excuse. Yeah. Right? So on top of me feeling intimidated in the gym, on top of me not having a clue, now I have a person that's to a certain extent not harassing me, but they're asking questions about, they want me to pay money, right? And I don't want to pay that money. Eventually, I'm just going to drop out. I'm going to say, you know what? It's easier for me just to leave. Yeah. Right? It's not working for me. There's too many big people, too many people in good shape, and I've got this next person asking me for training sessions. Let me just forget about it. Yeah. Right? That's the story of the client. The story of the personal trainer, as like the story of the client was long enough, but the story of the personal trainer. So for a personal trainer, right, you go in, you do your qualification. Okay. You do your qualification, and what they tell you is how the heart operates, how to build the best body in the world, how all the body functions work and whatnot.
They don't teach you how to work with people,
They don't teach you exactly that. One of the things about these personal training sessions, they don't teach you how to work with people, right?
Patience that is needed.
Exactly. Exactly, right? So me, on day one of being a personal trainer, right, I walk into, let's just call it Easy Gym.
Yeah.
Random gym. Right? I walk into Easy Gym. And now I am a personal trainer at Easy Gym. They guarantee me a role. I got the role. First day of being a personal trainer, I have no clue how to talk to anybody. I have no clue about what I'm good at. You can be a personal trainer, not train a day in your life, by the way. You just need to have a qualification.
It's
very true.
Very true.
A lot of personal trainers in commercial gyms don't have the body that you would expect.
But this is my thing. I don't know what gym it was I was in, and the PT, I'm not going to be rude, was overweight. And my thing is, I've always said this, someone being fat or overweight or looking obese, sorry if this sounds offensive to anybody, but it says a lot about you as an individual and your discipline.
Mm-hmm.
So, a friend can be like, oh no, I look this way and I look this way. I'm like, no matter how disciplined you can be in your life and how organized you are, your body says a lot for you before you've even started speaking. Mm-hmm. So how can you be of that size and be a PT?
Qualification is all that's needed. £1,300 on a qualification. That's it. So going back to the story of the personal trainer, right? So I'm walking around. I have no clue how to talk to people. I don't have a clue what I'm good at, what I'm not good at. I don't even know how much I should charge people, right? That is one thing. But also at the same time, I don't know if you guys know the model of personal training.
The rent.
You pay a rent. Mm-hmm. You pay a rent to the gym. Average rent for, I'm not going to disclose it in particular gym, but one of the biggest commercial gym in the UK, the average rent is £1,000 per personal trainer.
Direct debit.
£1,000?
£1,000.
Okay, we'll talk after, right? So I can laugh.
So £1,000 a month in rent, right?
Wow.
So if you think of the average London salary, which I think is about 32,000,
or
something like that, right? £32,000 is about £2,200 or £2,300.
So already half of what you're earning has gone into
rent workplace. So most personal trainers now are earning less than the average person in London, for example, right? Now, all of these things are now mounting on top of pressures because I'm paying this £1,000 in rent. I'm still getting no clients, and I'm just walking around the gym like a fool. Okay. I approach Mr. F, for example, and I say, hey, I'm confident. I just go out there and say, hey, do you want me to be your personal trainer?
Yeah.
Okay, tell me more. Well, I can watch your body type and what you're looking to achieve. I want to become a professional bodybuilder. And I say, here's one thing, right? Have you guys ever met a personal trainer who said they cannot train a client?
No.
Every single personal trainer will say...
Because they want to get paid, right?
They want to get paid. So every single person, whether you're bikini, whether you're wanting to lose weight, whether it's, I think it's postnatal is called.
Yeah.
Whether you want to be a bodybuilder. A personal trainer, when you speak to them, will say, don't worry, I'll do it for you. I can get it for you, no problem.
Then I think the problem then lies in the model that's been made available. If it wasn't for that model, people wouldn't be pressured to feel like they need to train people because they need a quick, they need something quick.
They need some quick money. So that's one thing, right? So they don't teach you your people skills. Another thing about becoming a personal trainer is they don't teach you how to organize an actual diary.
Okay.
It's tough.
You can have people just randomly.
We're really here just like stripping back the law and quote of personal training, to be fair.
But this is
needed, to be fair.
It's real. Because you don't get anywhere anyone speaking real, okay, here it is, boom, 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 boom. You just hear horror stories and funny stories, but you don't have anyone sit down and really strip it back. So thank you. Let's hear this.
So basically, the reasons why I'm going through these many different things is because what I want to be able to do is show you and justify where this new business model comes in.
Okay,
Another thing about personal training, you get the client.
Yeah.
Your client's happy with you. You and your client are working towards the dreams, right? Another challenge becoming as a personal trainer and also as a client is that me as a personal trainer, I take cash or I take bank transfer.
Yeah.
Me, I work for a bank, like I told you guys, right? What we know as bankers is that cash and bank transfer is one of the worst things that you can do when it comes to money.
Serious?
One of the worst things that you can do.
Why is that?
And the reasons why it's so bad is because there's no insurance attached to it.
Okay.
I can transfer you money. I could transfer you £500 an hour for 10 sessions.
Okay.
And if you wanted to, you could take that and run away.
True.
And I could do nothing. I gave you cash, or I speak to my bank, I gave my personal trainer.
You can leave tomorrow. You know, PTs have the worst turnover. Like, they can leave tomorrow. They're gone and they found another one.
They've taken your money and that's right? On the flip side, right, for the personal trainer, I could have a session booked in with you. You don't pay me in advance. I take out an hour out of my diary. I say, okay, we'll train on the 25th of December or 25th of November, for example. I guess it's 25th of November. True. It's now 11 a.m.
Yeah.
And you don't turn up.
It's typical. It's typical.
And you don't turn up.
Yeah.
What can I do? I can't do nothing.
Yeah.
I've got no money. You didn't turn up. It is what it is. I can't do nothing. Right? So basically what I'm trying to explain to you guys is that in the personal training industry, the world is kind of modernized, but personal training hasn't.
Yeah.
It just became very much standstill. It's very much a physical thing, but in terms of the background,
it's
the inner workings, the infrastructure of it.
Even certain gyms, as you say, okay, the world is improving and it's modernizing. Even the parts of the elements of the fitness industry is still very, very much back in the day. When I worked in Nutfield, imagine I was still filing paperwork. I was still giving people physical contracts, physical contracts. So let's say they signed a membership, I've signed it, I've given them a copy, I still go and file that. And there was like copies in there from like 2011. This was only in 2019 I stopped working there. So it goes to show that systems that are put in place in gyms are not even as effective. So no way are they now going to have a workforce that's as effective and like things would have modernized, because even in their systems it hasn't. And I remember the first conversation I had with the general manager of, I think, the eastern region of England. I had a conversation with him when I worked in Nutfield, and I stated that you guys need to get better with your tech. And this was in early 2018 when I first worked there. I said that there's certain things that I'm doing as a senior sales exec that I can't do well if not for tech, and you need to bring it in. But because a lot of these companies, they were built way back, they have a way and they want to be in their way. But the problem with being in your way is that times are moving fast. And if you're not jumping on the bandwagon, you're going to get left behind and you're going to crash. And you're going to have the underdogs, like the pure gyms and the gym groups that are probably not the best, don't have the best quality of equipment or even quality in service. But why would they move further than you? Because they give their customers and their staff convenience. And there's a lot of like applications, there's apps, there's websites, there's member places, portals that you can sign up to. So they will advance even though they're not the best because they're with the times. But it's frustrating.
Yeah. For me, looking at it from like a technology point of view, for my industry, I see it as like, this is mental.
Baffling.
Right? And I guess one of the good things now is that some personal trainers have caught onto it. So what they actually do is they build, well, not build, but they have like templates for building apps for themselves. So for example, for myself, we call it Afam Sadiku app. And I'll tell all my clients, go and download it, right? Not everybody's going, if you want to train with me, you're going to download it. You might just download it, but a random person is not going to download my app, right? So this is where MyPTMobile comes in. Okay. So what I want to do is bridge the gap between clients and personal trainers and understand all of the various different pain points that people experience and mitigate that.
What was that? Pain or pain points?
Pain points.
Pain
points. So like the things that like just very annoying. It's kind of like, think about Uber, for example.
So essentially, sorry to cut you. So essentially, you've identified, like you said, the missing pieces within the industry, and then you're essentially in a sense fixing that, and that's how
people don't really know that things are a problem until it's fixed. So for example, like getting an Uber, right? Getting an Uber or getting a taxi. I used to live in Liverpool, right? So what we used to do, I remember when I used to go out, and this is not even too long ago, call a taxi, wait for the taxi to come outside, I'll get a text message say that your taxi's here, you've got 5 minutes, get my taxi, tell him where I need to go, probably get lost, I give him cash. That's it. Right? He talks to me all this nonsense, I'll take it to a cash machine. That's just too long. When I started seeing card machines in taxis, I'm like, wow, this is the next best thing. And about a year or two later, then they introduced Uber. And you didn't understand that it was a problem until it got fixed. Right? I believe that in the fitness industry, not a lot of people are going to understand that's a problem until it gets fixed. So where my personal trainer comes on, MyPTMobile comes in, is basically what I'm building right now and designing is an app where it's kind of like Rightmove or Zoopla if you guys into property, but basically what you're able to do is you would list yourself as a personal trainer. And when you list yourself as a personal trainer, you have things like pictures of you or pictures of your clients. You can have training videos or like introductory videos of you, an overview of yourself, what kind of sessions you have available, what kind of things you can train people in, your price, the price that you will charge people, your location, where you're willing to charge people from. And I believe the two biggest things from this is number one being a specialism.
Okay.
So you can state your own specialism. So I'm a specialist in bodybuilding. So there's some predefined things that you can select from initially. So that could be bodybuilding, that could be yoga, that could be general health, that could be weight loss.
Okay.
So they're the initial 4 predefined fields that you can choose from. And ratings. Right? So ratings is one of the most important things. Okay. The reasons why I say ratings is one of the most important things is because I'm a client, you're a personal trainer. You're always going to tell me that you're the best personal trainer that there ever is.
I was even going to ask that. So based on the app, what was going to be the vetting service? Of course, we know about, of course, the DBS that someone can apply for, but I think, like you just, you will elaborate on that anyway. But in terms of the ratings, so the ratings, that will be somewhat of a vetting of the personal trainer as well.
So the ratings, So the ratings will come directly from an individual that has completed a session with a personal trainer, and they'll be rated on a number of different things.
So just quickly, just before obviously a PT comes on that app and publishes themselves on there. So say for instance, I remember when Uber started, there was a lot of issue of, drivers either being dodgy, drivers being immigrants, drivers not having papers or the right qualifications to actually drive. So what is the vetting before they get on the app?
Cool. So the initial vetting process, I forgot what the name is, but basically when you're a qualified personal trainer, you get a certain certificate, right?
Okay. Yeah.
There's one thing that you get is a certain certificate, the other thing that you get is a certain insurance, right?
Okay,
What you have the ability to do is if a personal trainer provides you with the details of the certificate, things like a serial number or a kind of reference, you can then check that online, and you can then put that as a verified listing.
So you kind of belong to like a council of personal trainers, essentially.
So basically, I believe they pay for their membership once a year just to be qualified and continue to stay qualified. But we can then check against that, check against the website, and then we can verify the ad. Now, one of the biggest things is initially one I want to be able to do is get personal trainers onto the actual platform to start off with, right?
Okay.
So it's not going to be perfect to start off with. It's not going to be every single personal trainer is not going to be verified. The ones that we've been able to verify will be, but you will also have the opportunity to have other personal trainers that have just listed themselves that may not be verified, right? That is initially. As it grows, we'll be able to do like a lot more in depth and.
I mean, to be honest, like you said, it's the growing pains of a business. Exactly like you were saying, even with Uber. To be honest, some of the dodgy drivers that were there, you're always gonna get some that swim through the net, unfortunately. But
So one of the things, so just to kind of support that vetting process, right, is I'll come back to that, right, in terms of vetting, you'll understand a little bit more. So basically, what I want to then be able to have is clients. They would go to the website. I wish I could show you guys, but the clients would go to the website /app. What they could do is they can search based on the location. They can search based on the price. They can search based on the specialism. The initial things they can search on, right? They can also search by like ratings and stars and all that kind of thing, right? But the main 3 categories would be location or price or specialism or every single one of them.
So permit me to say, excuse me guys, so this is basically like the Tinder of like the fitness industry, essentially.
To be honest, to a certain degree, I guess the only difference is you don't swipe on who you like. It's just like it's like a catalog. It's a catalog of people, right? And you can find a person that you like, right? If you wanted to, the personal trainer has the ability to give you immediate bookings, or to request a booking. Right?
Okay.
So what you could do is I go onto the website, I find Afam Sadiku, I like him, he looks good as a personal trainer, his ratings are quite decent, he trains from a location which I'm happy with, his cost is looking quite good. I can look at your diary straight away and I can book in a specific time. Also, I can book in a specific time, a specific date. Or, if Afam doesn't give me the permissions to anybody, I can send a request. I would like this time, I would like this date.
So we're speaking the vetting process of customer and personal trainer. What's the vetting process with personal trainer and clientele? Because there are sickos out there.
There are some mad people, right? I guess the vetting process for the client is also based on ratings, right? So if you used to take the model from, for example, Airbnb, right? Unfortunately, Airbnb does not vet people that want to book a hotel.
Yeah.
But what they will do is they'll say, okay, you are the owner of this house or this bedroom or whatever it is. This is this person they have. I've been declined so many times from Airbnb, by the way.
Okay.
Reasons being have no ratings. They will say, we don't accept anybody that has no ratings.
Okay.
Or we don't accept nobody that's got less than 4-star rating. Some, for example, they have the ability to do that. Some people will say, okay, as you will. If you mess the place up, I'm going to take a £500 deposit. That's that, right? If you do well, I'm going to give you some decent ratings. So that is how you will build it, right? At the initial stages, there won't be any specific individual vetting criteria. So I'm not going to do credit references on an individual passport checks, but there will be,
interesting. Okay.
There will be a similar model to Airbnb. Now, so I've found I like Afam. I've paid for a session, for example. So again, one of the things I can find the date, I can find the time. I can also pay directly through the website/app. One of the benefits,
payment-wise?
So one of the benefits is that it will accept card payments. It will also accept Apple Pay. Crypto, right? in the near future, yeah. To be honest, it could do. Yeah. All right. In the near future, it could accept crypto. But I guess one of the benefits of now accepting card payment opposed to cash and transfer, it will also accept cash and transfer, by the way.
Okay, awesome.
There's now proof of payment. There's now an insurance attached to it.
Yeah.
So if one of the other people don't deliver on this, they can come to MyPT or they can go to the card holder and say, I didn't get delivered a session. There can now be an investigation, right? Awesome. On top of that, each session will have a contract, right? It'll be a predefined contract to say, this is your rights as a client, this is the rights as a personal trainer. We also have, for example, I believe the minimum cancellation period that we want to give is 24 hours. Yeah. If you cancel within 24 hours, unfortunately, you either lose all or half of your payment. Yeah. Unless the personal trainer specifically states that they do not mind cancellations within 24 hours. Okay. The personal trainer can say that themselves, but as standard, the website will have a specific cancellation period. Yeah. It will have a specific contract. Yeah. Now, in terms of the vetting for the personal trainer, going back to that place, a lot of people would ask me, well, doesn't it make sense if if a client goes and finds a personal trainer makes contact with the client, and then they will just take they'll take the client away from your app/website and just train them themselves. The potential is there. But this is where we come in with working with third-party providers. Okay. So when I'm talking about working with third-party providers, one of the difficulties that you have as a personal trainer, let's say, for example, you're a personal trainer at Pure Gym. You are insured by Pure Gym to train under the Pure Gym premises. Yeah. Right? You're non-insured to train somebody outside of that. So that means as a personal trainer, I cannot train you from home. During COVID, we've seen that I can't train you from a park. I can work out in the park, but I can't train you from there. I can't train you from your office. I can't train you from any of these places unless you purchase specific insurance for that purpose. Yeah. Right? Many personal trainers at the present moment in time, in probably not your commercial gyms, but your kind of garage gyms, your average gyms, they will probably train you with no insurance. But what that basically means is that if you fall and break your leg, right, you can sue me as a personal trainer, but I've got no liability insurance. Yeah. You could literally take me to court for that, but I've got no liability insurance. And I believe it was back in 2019. There was over 1.5 A&E administrations from personal training alone. Wow. Right? That's a lot. That is a lot of people. A lot of people that have either sued the company, the commercial gym, or lost money, or the personal trainer has lost their license and lost all these kind of things. So in terms of vetting process, every single personal trainer that books a session through the app will be insured. Right? It'll be insured through a third-party provider, which I haven't agreed at the present moment in time, but I've been working with some different companies to agree on insurance. And what that will basically mean is that now you can train me from Pure Gym premises, you can train me from home where I'm more comfortable, you can train me from a park during the summer, you can train me from anywhere that you want to train me from, as long as the session is booked via the website/app. Right? That's one of the benefits. So yeah, that's MyPTMobile. I guess as I mentioned, it's in the initial stages. You're probably thinking, well, where do you make money? right? Where do you make money from this? It's commission based. So it'll be a commission on the bookings. Also referral payments from third party insurance providers.
Referrals good. Referrals definitely work. Yeah.
Advertisements. What we soon seek to build is a kind of a group. How can I explain it? It's like a place where people can connect and meet as a group and talk about fitness.
Like a hub.
Like a hub where they can all be connect and be happy friends and all that kind of things.
Kind of like LinkedIn.
Kind of.
Fitness,
And I guess one of the big things is about protecting personal trainers as well. So as you mentioned, like how do you, I was speaking to a friend about the proposition and the business plan that I had, and she said in particular that this would help for her a lot. Right?
Okay.
So she's a personal trainer in a gym I won't mention, but it's one of the biggest commercial gyms in the UK. And what she basically told me is that she's been a qualified personal trainer for 2 years now, and she doesn't like taking clients.
Why is that?
The reasons why she doesn't like taking clients, she's a good-looking girl, can't lie. And in particular gym, what they do is they'll post the picture of the personal trainer, what their specialism is, and how to contact them.
Okay.
And what she found is when she posted herself, she was getting nonsense calls from her phone and people trying to meet her and all this kind of thing. So she just said, forget this. I'm just going to go back to being a normal member of staff, right?
Yeah.
One of the benefits of this app now is that the individual's details is sacred to them.
Okay.
Right? So instead of you having to contact them via email, their personal email, instead of you having to contact them via their personal phone, is now within an instant messaging service within the app. So you can talk to them, you can book your sessions. There's now no more of a need to talk to them outside of this actual app. So that is going to protect the personal trainer too.
Nice.
So that's just one of the many kind of use cases that I have at the present moment in time. As I mentioned, it's still in build, right? Soon we plan to go into testing. I plan to test it with I've got an agreement with a commercial gym. I'm going to test this with one of the branches with about 5 or 6 of the personal trainers just to use it for free.
Okay.
To invite the clients for free. We'll pay for the commissions and all the services and all that kind of thing. But just to get them onto the app, get them using the app, getting feedback from them, what they like, what they don't like, what can improve. And then we will then begin to branch it out.
That's good. Yeah.
The reasons why I'm going with that kind of methodology is because of my background. In my background, when you launch a new product or service, you don't just go national launch. You go with a small launch. You understand what they like. More people understand what they like. You go bigger and bigger and bigger. And then you conquer the world, you go international. So that's where I'm at.
So how soon is soon?
How soon is probably now going to be in Q2 so that will be at least by July. June, July of 2022.
Awesome.
Because there's a lot of things that need to go. But when I'm talking about Q2, it is planned. That will be the national launch, so we can go all out.
And your app will be supported on both Android and iOS. iOS, that's it.
iOS website. The main, because it's very expensive to build an app. But it's mainly been built through website right now. You begin to understand more about that, and then once you build a website to a certain degree, you're able to convert certain things into app. It may not be the best in terms of the functionality, but over a period of time, as your funds grow and your investors grow, you can then build that into like a nice smooth kind of running app.
Interesting.
Yeah, it should definitely be interesting. I remember in the summer when I was looking for a new job, I came across a company called Classify. You should actually probably check it out, and it's not similar, but they're also realizing that there's a massive gap in the fitness industry, not only for obviously physical gyms or boutique gyms or your commercial gyms, but for PTs and the systems in place to help PTs. Because I remember when I first started working in a gym, and you have conversations with PTs, and you hear their horror stories or whatever, and you think to yourself like, why is there nothing out there to help you guys? Because without you guys, there really isn't a gym. I mean, as much as there is equipment, by law, certain gyms can't be open if there isn't a qualified member of staff on the gym floor. So for me, I've always thought to myself, okay, there isn't enough invested in PTs. It's almost like they taught something and then it's like, go about your business. But really and truly, there isn't gyms without PTs. So there needs that backing and that support. And I think a lot more companies will focus on that. But I think obviously they need the likes of yourself and others that are into it to really just pioneer that and realize, actually, hold on a minute, we can deal with our turnover rates here if we're able to just invest in them a little bit. So another model I wanted to sort of get your opinion on was, so it's a different type of PT model where they'll be hired by a company. They have to do a set amount of hours. They can still PT on top. However, they're sort of, the amount that they're paid through PT, they take a percentage is in the gym, but they also pay them a salary. So it's almost like they have something to fall back on, if that makes sense. However, it's very limited because I feel like being a PT is something that's very entrepreneurial. If you're running your own business at the end of the day. But I feel like with that sort of model, it stops them from being them because you have to commit to me and do me 15 hours of gym time. As well as that, you probably have a client at 6 a.m, but your shift starts at 10. And then you finish at like, do you know what I mean? So though it's a model that's there to help, it's actually a model there that stops them from having that entrepreneurial flair, because it's rigid.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm making sense.
Yeah, no, and that is one of the current models in I keep on saying one of the biggest gyms in the UK, one of the biggest commercial gyms. That's the exact model that they use. So you work X amount of hours, and as you mentioned, right, what you want to do, you finish at 8 p.m. You ideally would like to get a client from 8 to 9 and a client from 9 to 10. The difficulty is that your client wants to train now. Either join your working shift or 2 hours after you finish. And do you really want to wait long for £50? Yeah. Probably not. Right? Yeah. So you're either working crazy hours of the day or you're just not working at all. Yeah. And that's part of the situation that a lot of personal trainers are in. I guess
but obviously, they're getting paid though. So another person could then argue that, but you're still being paid.
100%.
And, it works. It may work well for a first time PT because you're not probably going to get clients. You don't know how to speak to people. You don't know how to maneuver. You're only learning the ropes small. So you don't really know how to maneuver. However, you're being paid. So it's like you're kind of good. However, if you're in one of the gyms I know you're in, you're having targets slapped on you every month that, hey, I need you to hit 10, I need 50, 60. They will come at you with mad targets. So it's scary because you're a first-time PT. You started at this gym. You're committed to 15 hours. You still need to get clients. You still need to, even when you get clients, 40% of that payment is going to the gym you're working for. But then you're being paid maybe £400-600 a month. So it's buttering you a little bit. So it's just so many combating, just so many things. Just so many things. It's so messy.
Yeah, it's messy.
It's messy. It's really, really messy. So I think something like MyPT coming along will really help. However, the same way gyms are stuck in their ways, some PTs can be very traditional and may say, actually, no, I don't need that. Because you need to consider that you will meet people that are going to be like, actually, I'm good. Like, I've been doing it this way.
Maybe that will be the old crop of PTs. Because I think, like, for example, the guest that we had on a few weeks ago, I think the new crop of PTs, they will definitely appreciate an app, the MyPTMobile. That you're going to be launching in Q2 because a lot of them are actually realizing, hey, I don't want to sacrifice all this time on the gym floor. Why don't I work for myself, have the flexibility of time? A lot of them are going into the online coaching space, and I think that the app you're creating will give them that opportunity to do so as well, with more vigor, in fact. So, it's maybe it's the older PTs that need phasing out.
Maybe.
Essentially.
Maybe.
I guess,
you could.
And I do agree. There's going to be some people that don't take to it. The way I see it, honestly, is you can list yourself for free. That's the part of the model is that you can list yourself for free.
Yeah.
And basically what we are giving to you is basically how Amazon made money, right? Yeah. Amazon didn't so much make money by having an online store.
Yeah.
Part of it was that they said, okay, to people when they first started out, we have X amount of people that come to our website every single day.
Yeah.
So do you want to pay us to come onto this, or can we take a commission if we list you as well? The way I see it for some of these personal trainers too is that this is just going to give you the opportunity to connect with more people. It's going to give you more reach, right, for free. If you want to train with them, you can. If you don't want to, you don't have to. But at the present moment in time, to a certain degree, you're going to continue to use Snapchat. You're going to continue to use Facebook and Instagram and put your picture in the gym. I'm going to give you now Fifth Avenue. To meet with new people. And these people, for example, Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, these are people that just come on to check social media and do anything they want. this is now purpose-built.
Yeah.
So what you know is that everybody that is coming to this website has an intention. They have a direct intention to find the right person.
It's really funneling the client and the PT relationship on that app. So no, it really is good. It really is good.
And it's cutting out, the January ones that want to start and they want a PT, but they don't really want a PT. So it cuts out all of that nonsense.
I think you will find them. You will find them on the app. I reckon so. Because there are a lot of them.
Do you think though?
100%.
But then some of them, let's be real though, the people that come in the gyms in January, they're just there because no, wait. They're just there because summer body. They're not serious. However, I'm not saying they won't go on the app. They may do, but I don't think they can commit as long as someone that is seriously wanting to take their fitness journey seriously.
Some of them, no, they're all jokers, but some of them are overzealous in the first month or so. Then they fall off. So for example, some of them, I'm gonna invest into £200 worth of nutrition, or I don't know, that's a round figure, but let's say for example £200 worth of protein shake. Oh my God, you don't even go to the gym. So what you've done is completely null and void. I'm gonna buy the clothes, and it makes them feel like they're fit.
Always say
and
this.
so on and so forth. But it's not the clothes that you wear. You know what I mean? You still haven't put in work.
You have to put that one.
Yeah. So I think you will still find the jokers on the app. But hey, they will pay.
If they want to pay.
Yeah,
if they want to pay, and hopefully one of the things I want to be able to do is just help personal trainers retain people, right?
Yeah.
So yes, you might get in January, you might get people that are very inconsistent. What I want to be able to do is keep an open line for you to contact the clients and an open line for your client to contact you and kind of keep that stage contact.
What would this time frame of retaining be like? Because I've always seen it like this. But then obviously this is my own opinion, but I've seen like this. If a PT trains somebody for a set period of time, isn't the end goal that they would become their own PT, in quote, because they would have learned, this PT would have passed down enough knowledge for this person to almost go on by themselves. So when you say retain, what period of time?
It's a question for a person that knows more about that industry than me. I guess, to a certain degree, I believe, as you said, as a personal trainer, you have an expiry date on how long you can train your client for. So once your client's met their ideal body, then why just say, I don't need you no more. I'm happy not to do these things by myself. That is fun. I guess that's the kind of shelf life of that relationship between two people. I guess when I'm talking about retaining the client, it is just more about someone that trains with you inconsistently for 3 weeks and then they say, because at the present moment in time, unless I have your number, which some of them do, I have to go into the gym to find you. And if I don't want to train with you, I'm definitely not going to be going into the gym.
It's true though.
I'm not going to go into the gym. If I don't want to train no more, I'm not going to go into the gym. And if I want to a certain degree, if I want to end our training relationship, it probably ends at the point that I stop training with you. I might want to continue to go to this gym, but I don't want to train with you no more. Not in a rude way, but I think, I'm good now. Is it going to be awkward to say that face to face or whatever it is? Potentially. Obviously, in this kind of digital age, people prefer to have conversations online anyway. I don't like you. And also at the same time, right, if your personal trainer is giving you terrible service, you can rate that too. Because I can charge someone £50, which I think is crazy high.
Yeah.
But do you actually think £50?
I think £50 is crazy.
I feel like you need to consider a lot of different things though. It depends. Depending on whether it's an online coach or physical PT that's working from a gym, or he has to physically come to you, or there's travel and expenses involved.
I might be wrong to say.
And it's your time.
To be honest, I might be wrong to say.
Because do you know what? That is your time. Same way, for instance, I work in digital marketing. If someone said to me, hey, Bevery, I want you to make a content plan, whatever, I charge you based on the value that I put on myself.
Fair enough.
So £50, I don't think it's a lot. I genuinely do not.
The reason why
it's expertise, knowledge,
100%. I say it out to two different, potentially naive points of view, right? Number one being from Liverpool, right? £20, £15. I'm coming to London, I see it's £50 now, number one. Number two, I've never had a personal trainer before. I've never felt the need to have a personal trainer, so I feel you need to do something crazy for me to pay £50 because I'm training for 2.5 hours a day. Yeah. So you need to give me something crazy.
It's a shortcut of knowledge because that knowledge that you could train yourself. Don't get me wrong. You could probably sit there on YouTube, learn a lot of stuff and train yourself, but nobody's got time for that. Someone is bringing forth knowledge that you won't have to go do. It's a shortcut. So pay for the shortcut.
But I think if you really loved what you were doing, because the thing is for me, I like you said, I've never had a personal trainer myself. All I've done is I've sat in front of YouTube and I've educated myself. And I've made mistakes. I've had injuries and I've learned from them and we move. So essentially, I've thought to myself, okay, you don't need a personal trainer. I do understand, however, what you're doing is you're paying for the value. So you're paying for all that time that personal trainer has been in the lecture or they've had X amount of clients and they've learned from client A to Z. What works with this person and that person and so on and so forth. So they've actually seen the client that's coming today in another dispensation and probably another Karen or a Jill or whatever. So I can't lie. £50 is easy. unless you're throwing in food.
Wait, hold on. No, Chibz, you can't say that. You know why you can't say that? When you were training people, what were you charging? Because now, do you know what it is? You need to put yourself in the shoes of the individual training. To be honest, I was going to charge them £50. Exactly. And the patience. Guys, there's loads of elements that come to that costing. I understand it sounds steep, but there's a lot that comes into that.
Now, let me be real. I'm Nigerian, so I'm going to charge them.
Yeah, I'm going to charge them. Honestly, one of the reasons why I looked into doing my personal training qualification is because I saw people charging high rates. 100%. I want to be on that too.
100%.
Because if someone has a body that you want, you're going to pay. You guys can go and pay for BBL, no? Yeah. You guys can go and pay for waist trainer. You guys can go and pay for slimming T. You're going to pay. I know PTs that charge like $100 an hour, but there's people that are willing to pay. Why? Because they've seen result. And result is speaking. Yeah. They're looking a certain way. They want that. And remember, it's not just the body they want. What you're really telling people is that a whole lifestyle's involved. And people want that. So they will pay for that. Same way someone will go and pay for a BBL because there's a whole lifestyle involved. That's what people are paying into.
I think admittedly though, before I even commit to the long term, because we've even spoken about this before, before I commit to the long term with the client, I would actually see if the client's serious. Yeah. Because why I started what stopped us. So I've never had my qualification and like you were even saying, I was one of those in quote PTs that was a rebel. I never got my qualification. I was never insured. So if someone slipped, tripped and broke their back, I could have been sued. However, I just didn't have the patience for people that wouldn't want to do or couldn't do what I didn't have the patience for that.
That's one thing I've always thought to myself. How are like-minded people going to tackle that? Because is it that maybe in how they teach PTs, something is missing in the curriculum? Or is it that there isn't enough practical
in what sense?
Assessments? So for instance, the common theme is hard to work with people, not really a people's person, but I love PTing. Is there a way that is...
Be a lecturer then. No. You shouldn't. No, because the thing is, I think if you're going to be on the grassroots level, because some of the people that you would be, in quote, PTing, that's going to be their first experience in the gym. So imagine if you're so stern with them, you put them off, essentially.
But they're not, But then again, okay, it goes back to the people not being serious, because people say they want a lot of things, but they don't want those things. They like the ideology or the idea of certain things, but they don't want those things.
They don't want to put the work in. They don't want to put the work in because, like you're saying, people that say, "Oh, I don't want to train with you." Lift the weight.
No, but then that's in a sense, okay. What I've learned as well when training with friends, people are not going to lift like you. Let's be real.
No. But we're not telling them to lift the heavy weight, though. But putting the work with them.
Yeah, but then just because you have that work rate, not everybody is going to have that work rate. It needs to be instilled in an individual in time, slowly.
But I think exactly like you said in the beginning, I found you're ruining my session. Yeah, that's what I see. Yeah, you're now ruining my session. And based on that, because the thing is, guess what? I'm not a PT. You're not a PT. But if you're not a PT, so gym time is sacred to me. So if I'm sacrificing my time and you're jumping in my session, and now you're asking me to spot you on 30 kg, 30 kg bench press.
No, but that's that person's capacity.
Yeah.
Let me give you an
How's
example.
that capacity for someone else?
Wait. Okay, so the other time, when was it? 2 weeks ago, I trained with Ryan.
Yeah.
I don't lift hella heavy. You've trained before.
Yeah.
But I will put in the work. I don't. So when I put him through like GVT, supersetting of what I was doing, he was like, rah. Even though he can lift more than I could lift, he still enjoyed the fact that, hey, I'm training with someone that knows what they're doing. Because that friend that could be asking you, hey, I want to train with you. Okay, yeah, they've wasted your gym time. Yeah. But they may not know how to do things. And you never know. They could pick up a few things that they will go and add into their routine. Listen. Or is it because you don't want to be that example that will help them?
I don't mind doing that, but listen. Imagine if, like, for example, a week ago, that was my first day back doing legs. Imagine, so it's already stressful as it is for me. My first time doing legs in ages. And then you've got your sidekick on the side asking you, oh yeah, is my form okay? And I don't have time for that. I'm trying to get my head right in my deadlifts, in my RDLs and everything like that. And I've got this sidekick here saying, oh yeah, is my deadlift okay? When they're deadlifting 30 kg.
My experience is more just like, because I've trained with a lot of people, right? The thing that puts me off the most is like when I'm training and that person's like on their phone or like, oh, I'm tired and all of these.
I don't want to hear that.
All of these kind of things.
That's the worst.
It's kind of like even for example when you're bent, because you know when you're pumped, right? You can get cold. Yeah. Once you get cold, session's over.
Right.
Once you get cold, the session is done. So when you're like doing bicep curls or you're doing bench press and you're pumped right now, and then it's my friends tend to do bench press. And they just sit on the bench and they want to talk. Yeah. I'm like, I'm getting cold and I don't want to be rude. I don't want to get mad, but I'm getting cold. And when I get cold, my session is, we may as well go home. Once I'm cold, we may as well go home. So that is when I'm talking about, I would find it difficult for people not to listen. Another thing I find difficult as well is during my time in different gyms, after my session, people approach me. I was sometimes actually annoys me. So in the middle of my training, somebody would approach me. They see I'm doing my thing. They would see I'm looking good.
You get people sitting and staring at you.
I do, right? Which is fine, right? It's okay. I guess for a guy, I know what they're staring at, so I'm kind of like, it's fine. But I guess in the woman's shoes, it's slightly different, right? But I guess some people that would come over. I remember there was a guy I was doing chest fly. He's like, oh, what are you doing that for? So I was like, oh,
I'm doing it for my legs.
I was like, okay, is this? And he's like, why are you doing it this way? And he said, oh, I want to be your size. Like, how'd you get like this? And you know what I said to him? I couldn't believe. He asked me the question, how'd you get to your size? I said, what you need to do is you need to eat. I said, because I eat food. Even when I don't enjoy it, I have to eat food. Yeah. But I don't like eating.
What? Get out of it.
That's actually me.
So this is the thing. When I first started training, I didn't like eating at all.
It's hard. But even though I love food, but let me now eat because of diet, because of gym. It's difficult. But I love food.
The problem I had with this guy, it was a guy, to be specific. The problem I had is that every single thing he would ask me for, I'll give him an answer to what I have done. And he would say why he's not going to do it.
Then he has a rebuttal for that.
So the thing for me is like, don't ask me that because you want to look a certain way and you want to grow a certain way. And I'm telling you for free what I've done to look like this. And this is through like 6 or 7 years now of training, of making mistakes and learning different things. Yeah. I'm not going to give you my knowledge very, very quickly in the space of 5 minutes. I give you this knowledge and you now said to me, I don't want to do it. Therefore, okay, it's cool if you don't want to do it, but don't ask me. Because you can't ask for somebody's advice. Yeah. They give you their advice, honest advice, and you don't take, you say, I don't want to do it that way. You don't have to do it that way. We're going to find it somewhere else, right? This is what's worked for me. This is what is probably going to work for most people. I used to think when I first started, I was a skinny boy. But when I first started training, I used to think it was 80% training, 20% eat. Until I learned, it's important to eat. Eating is the part that is difficult. Training is the part that's enjoyable. Yeah. Because when you're trying to eat for size, especially for someone with a high metabolism, if I miss a meal, the week is finished.
Serious.
If I miss one meal that I need to be in, the week is finished because I won't be able to train probably the next day, which means I won't be able to train probably the next day. So it gets to Sunday and then I reset.
I'm the complete opposite, man. I can just literally blink at food and then.
No, man. I always have the same. I have 2 what I call on weeks and off weeks. Okay. So I have 2 on weeks and 1 off week.
That's always the Okay.
So I have 2 weeks where I'm pumped, training's going very well, diet's going very well, and then 1 week where I just suddenly lose weight. So for example, me, this week is an off week.
Okay.
Where I just, even though I'm eating, I missed a couple of meals before gym, but my training is not on point. Okay. I will lose 5 kg if I, in a
You're
week.
kidding me.
In a week, I will lose 5 kg and I'll trim for no reason, and I'll have 2 on weeks where I'm pumped, I'm feeling good, and then the week after, it's gonna get.
Wow.
It's weird.
Strange.
Very, very weird.
And you would think that at a certain age your metabolism would be, but it's weird how yours moves up and down so much.
Because to be honest, I'm at a very unhealthy weight. Or I was.
Right.
So my maintenance weight is like, let's say for example, lockdown, right? During lockdown, I was 89 kg, right?
In lockdown?
During lockdown.
Okay.
And I was like, I saw myself and I was just not happy. Looking in the mirror, I was just not happy. My normal weight would be about 94 kg. Right now, I'm at 107.
Wow. Okay.
So this is an unhealthy way because I'm eating for a reason right now. I'm eating to grow. So by next year, I can then get lean and look good, right? The problem that I have with being up this way is that everything's slow.
Man.
I move slow. It's difficult
Can't run for the train.
It's difficult to breathe. Everything is just slow. But then obviously I'll get to the summer period and I'll turn up.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's even the same.
That's tough, man.
The same for me because, so for me, I'm trying to bulk. Well, I was in the middle of a bulk, so I can add some weight, kind of like you, because I go through a winter bulk. Winter bulk just to add some weight, and then January comes and I start trimming. And I'm trying to tighten things up, but literally during that bulk, it was weird. I didn't budge, so I'm about 98 kg right now. I didn't budge, so I was trying to go for 100, didn't budge. I haven't weighed myself in a week, maybe a budge, but I didn't budge. But running for trains, I think I ran for a train one time, and I've got asthma.
You say you can't run.
I can't run.
No, I ran for that train. I thought I was gonna die.
Yeah, man. My friends, they laugh at me because I can't. I cycle to the gym. That's my cardio. I do 7-minute cycle. 7-minute cycle back. But after spending years of playing football, I played football for many years. Okay. Now to be in a position where my cardio was terrible.
But it's mad though because someone could look at you and be like, "Wow, you look so healthy and you look so great."
On the outside,
it's
on the inside, the inside is right now. The inside is awful.
So what do you do aside from the cycling to the gym? Do you do any list cardio or any rowing?
That's all.
You don't. Come on, you need to add it at least.
So this is the reason because basically, so like I said, I played football for many years. I used to play football and box and gym. Okay. I was active, so active. Now it got to a point 2018 where I cut boxing and I cut football, right? And the reasons why is because as much as I was training hard, as much as I was eating, I was still getting too slim. It just wasn't. So I said, okay, I'm going to stop this. And then I started putting some proper size. Right. So the thing for me is that I don't want to do, even though I should, I don't want to start doing proper cardio now because I'm bulking. Come May of 2022, that is when I'll start doing my cardio. That is when I'll start getting in shape. That is when I'll get some abs back and all this kind of thing. And that's when I'll start looking good. I look at old videos though. It's a bit crazy because I look at old videos from even, for example, lockdown at the start of this year. And I was like, 95 kg. Okay. I look great. I look so good. Yeah. Even though I was skinnier than what I am now, I felt like, because of when you're lean and the muscles will be fine, you look quite big. Yeah. I look at myself now at 107, I'm thinking, what happened?
You actually feel fat?
Yeah, I just think to myself, what happened? Why is it why is it like this? But then, I guess this is just part of the eating phases. And it's I guess a certain part of being this way is quite enjoyable because you can lift heavy. I can lift some heavy. I can lift some crazy week on week. I can lift some crazy heavy weights.
I think that's exactly what happened to me. So I think we were talking before the podcast, and I said, however, I hit a plateau. So my PB on bench is 120. I haven't hit that since, I'm ashamed to say, 2018. So that's a good 3 years going on 4 that I haven't touched my PB. Now, there's one or two things. Complacency, but I also lost weight. So around 2018, that was 2 years, after uni, So during uni, I ballooned up to about 105. It wasn't a good weight, if I'm being real. So 105, but you can imagine at that weight, like you're saying, you're 107 right now, you can lift anything. So that's what I was lifting at that time. And then I got all the way back down to about 95, 96, 97. And yeah, the bench has just literally it's gone down, man.
That's what I guess that's one of the
pros
mental
and cons, man.
That is one of the mental parts of lifting.
Yeah,
it's the thing. It's a love and hate, you know. One time you will love food, you will hate food. One time you will hate gym, but it's just constant battle, constant. It's constant.
Well, I guess it's for those that are listening. It's I would say gym is for everybody.
It definitely
for everybody that can potentially do it. Yeah, lockdown made me reflect a lot. Lockdown. I'll be honest with you guys, I went into a deep depression during lockdown.
Serious.
Deep. It was terrible.
In what sense?
Man. So I've gone from literally 2019.
Yeah.
Right? No, the start of 2020. Wow. That was the most incredible shape. I even look at old videos and pictures now and say, that is the most incredible shape I've ever been in.
Okay.
And that's because my eating was so good. I was training so hard, right? Training so hard. Lockdown happened. Yeah. And initially I thought, okay, it's going to be 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit sore anyway.
It was basically a year.
I was like, it's only going to be 2 weeks. I'm sore. Let me recover, right? So in that period that I went to go and recover, me and my friend would just go to the parks, do a little bit of pull-ups. I'd be like, you know what? Let's just take this recover period properly, right? So we stopped doing it. Another 2 weeks, or 3 weeks, whatever it was. I wasn't training. Another 3 weeks went by. I wasn't training. Then it starts getting like, okay, I'm now losing weight. Yeah. But I'm too busy playing Call of Duty right now. I got a PlayStation, I was playing Call of Duty. I was drinking cider to help me sleep. It was terrible because what I usually do is I'll go to the gym and I've worked out and that's going to get me nice and tired and I'll burn on my energy so now I can sleep. Now I'm waking up, I'm spending a couple of, not even that. My boss might be listening to this, but I wasn't working my full shift. That I'm supposed to be I'm working from home. I'm going to do my full 8 hours I'm supposed to be doing. Yeah. And I'm playing Call of Duty right now. And I'll play Call of Duty from, for example, in between my meetings. And then from 5 p.m., I'll play through till 1 a.m. Wow. Right? And I'm just annoyed at playing this game. So I'll drink cider, get a little bit tipsy in my head, and then sleep. Wow, yeah. My meals have gone from 4 meals and 4 protein shakes.
Just one big meal.
maybe just 2 meals. Wow. My breakfast and maybe breakfast and that might be it, or breakfast and then something just for my dinner. Okay. And then I'll sleep. But that's when I dropped to 89 kg. Okay. Then when lockdown finished, I went home. When lockdown finished, I've never done this before, but I was doing gym twice a day. So when I was doing morning sessions, evening sessions, and I got into a crazy shape. Right, I got back into a very good shape, but I realized I'm just tired, man. I was like, I'm just too tired right now. So we dropped back down to 1. By this time, I'd moved house, which was good because we went back into lockdown, right? Because in my previous place, I didn't have a garden, didn't have a garage, didn't have anything, right? And obviously, back then it was, if you leave your house, you're going to die of COVID. So stay at home. I moved into a new place. I had a garage, so I bought a bench. Yeah. I bought some equipment. Yeah. And I knew that lockdown was not going to be for too long. Well, so they said. So I spent, my time just lifting my weights, trying to learn something new. Lockdown happened again. And then we came out. Well, during this period, I don't have my garage. Yeah. I knew that PlayStation is not the right thing. I knew that cider is not the right thing. Yeah. So when I'm talking about gym is for everybody, is that I feel like it's a lot of stress and mental release. 100%. And like when you think of yourself, like how can you, obviously no offense to some people, but how can you spend years, right? Working, eating, watching TV, and then going to sleep. Your insides must look terrible because your body's not releasing all the bad toxins and it's not releasing all the bad energies and all the fats that you've ate and all the bad things that you've done over the weekend. It's not releasing that, so it's just compiling up until the point, God forbid, where someone gets a heart attack. Yeah. And then they'll say, I need to change the way I live. Yeah. Once that happens.
To be honest, a lot of times that happens and they say, it's one ancestor from the village that is cursing us. But you have to adjust your diet.
You need to change. Because now I tell both my parents, say to them, you have to work out.
100%.
So you have to.
100%.
If you want to live a long, healthy life, it might be annoying.
Yeah.
But soon it just become normal.
Yeah.
It just become normal. Yeah, it might be. For me, it's the difficulty now is that it's a 3-hour sacrifice every single day. Yeah. Right? But, initially it could be 45 minutes to an hour for some people. Just get your general help in and then go about your day. You feel more awake, you feel good. It might be painful. Yeah. But yeah. Everybody go gym.
Okay.
Well, that has really been a really insightful session. Honestly, we'll need you back for a part 2 because I feel like there's a lot of things that we didn't touch on. 100%. But I really, really do like the fact that we dissected sort of the business element because, there's probably a lot of people out there that do want to start new ventures, don't know how to go about it. So next time we'll probably dissect more so sort of investing, if you got investing, how did you start it in a sense of like, what teams you have, stuff like that. But we'll dissect that a different time. But definitely, this has really been very insightful, and we are happy you came on.
Super grateful. Is there any socials that you want to plug? Anything that you want to plug on a pod that you're doing currently, or your socials as well?
So I guess in terms of socials, it's just my name, Afam Sadiku, Afam Sadiku, all in one. Yeah. That is across LinkedIn. That is across Instagram. I don't use Snapchat. You can use Facebook for that. I'm assuming the people listening are quite young today, so we don't really use Facebook. MyPTMobile coming soon. We have socials, but that's a very
do let us know when they're live and up and running, because that's something that we can put on the platform as well.
And I guess I have a real estate company, but that is different. So we'll talk about that on a different day.
Okay.
But yeah, I guess the main socials or personal ones are Afam Sadiku on all platforms.
Awesome. So we've been with our podcast.